channel is a family channel, and today I will be talking about my labor and delivery. And my daughter now is 8 months, so I know you're thinking, why are you talking about your delivery when it was 8 months ago? But I am starting a new channel, which is this one. I do have a previous channel, but I will no longer be using that channel. So I decided to start. I was 39 weeks pregnant and I had a doctor's appointment, and I was having contractions on my way to the hospital or to the appointment, and they were approximately 3 to 5 minutes apart, and then some were like 7 minutes. So I was kind of like, I didn't think I was in labor, but I definitely knew it was coming. So when I got there, my nurse, I believe, said that she thought that I was in labor. And so she told the doctor, and the doctor told her, oh no, she's not in labor, and I know she's not in labor because I'm a doctor and I know these things. She's really snappy. So she checked me and I was still 1 centimeter. I was 1 centimeter for at least 3 weeks, I think. So I went back home. Me and my husband were like super disappointed, and I was like really ready to cry because anybody who's been pregnant, I mean, you may not have the same experience that I had, but once it got closer to the 40-week mark, I was so tired of being pregnant. Like, my feet were killing me, my back, I couldn't sleep comfortably, I had to pee every half a second. Like, it was ridiculous. So I went back home and my husband had to go to work. So I laid down and I took a nap. Finally got comfortable to take a nap. I was on the couch. And he left for work, and I don't think he had even been gone 20 minutes because he had just got to work. But I had these contractions that I thought were just Braxton Hicks because they felt like Braxton Hicks. And then they started to intensify, like so badly that I could not go to sleep. Like, I would usually just ignore my contractions and just be like, oh, okay, they'll go away and I'll be able to go back to sleep. But no, they intensify and intensify, and then I started to feel that pressure where it feels like you have to poop, but you don't. And it was really uncomfortable. And like, me being a first-time parent, like, I've never experienced labor pain, so I was like, I guess my reaction was more mental. Like, I kept telling myself the pain was worse than what it really was because I'd never felt something like that. So I was like, okay, I'll just go to the bathroom. I have to use the bathroom. I went to the bathroom and nope, didn't have to go. So I'm like, what the heck? Oh my goodness, it really hurts now, which compared to when I actually was about to give birth, it wasn't really that bad. And I called my mom and I was telling her like, yeah, you know, I'm having contractions, but it's this pressure, Madison. It's this pressure, and like, I was just telling her like basically everything I was feeling, and she was like, well, I think you're in labor. And I was like, oh, okay. So she was telling me to call my husband and let him know and everything, and I was I can't think of what it's called right now. Mucus plug. I was losing, like, over that month, I was like losing a little bit at a time. And I know this may seem like TMI, but once you have a baby or get pregnant, nothing is TMI anymore. So my mucus plug was falling out a little bit. And then the day that I went into labor, it was like a lot. So I didn't call my husband. I texted him. Did I text him? No, I think I called him and he didn't answer. But I text my other friend who lives here because I don't have any family or anything here. I live in Virginia right now, but I'm from Ohio. So I called her, or I texted her, and I told her like, hey, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I might have to go to the hospital. Because, I don't know, I didn't really believe that I was in labor. So I told myself I don't actually have to go to the hospital where I was supposed to give labor, which is give labor, or I was supposed to go into labor and have my baby, because that hospital is about 15-20 minutes away when it's a hospital like 5 minutes away from me. So I was asking her, like, hey, can you take me to the hospital or whatever? I think that I'm like having contractions like really bad. I want to make sure everything's okay, blah blah. And she was with some people who work with my husband and her. They worked together at the time, and we like went back and forth, blah blah blah. And she called my husband, and he came over, and we went to the hospital. The bags and everything were already in the car, because we thought that when I went last time, or when I went to my appointment, I'm gonna go get the baby because she obviously wants to be a part of the vlog. Let's see. So this is Madison. Say hi, baby. Say hi. Good job, baby. So wanna play with this? So the bags were already packed because I had went to the hospital previously and I thought I was gonna have the baby. They were talking about inducing me and everything, and they didn't. So I went ahead and got there, and my God, that pain intensified. But it was painful enough for me to have to stop what I was doing and breathe, but it wasn't too painful to where I was like crying or like, oh my God, like, you know, dramatic. So we got to the hospital. They admitted me after they checked me, and I was 4 centimeters, which is crazy because this was I got to the hospital around 4, and like I said, my appointment had an appointment earlier at 1, so it was like, what, a 3-hour difference. And so they admitted me because I was 4 centimeters. They were telling me like, yeah, we might have you be on Pitocin or some other drug to jumpstart my labor or like help it, because Madison's heartbeat wasn't, like, her activity and her heartbeat wasn't where they wanted it to be. So they kind of like watched me and stuff, and they didn't want me to walk around yet because they weren't sure how it was going to affect the baby. So I was there and I was just chilling, breathing through the contractions, and like every hour to 2 hours I dilated more and more. So I was like, I didn't need Pitocin or anything because I was like a champ, and contractions were just moving things along. My mom wanted to come in to see her first grandbaby be born. Madison, baby. And my mother-in-law couldn't make it because she was coming down a week after, and she was driving instead of flying. So she just was on Skype. And so basically my husband was doing errands, a million and one things, and he went to pick up my mom from the airport. And at 2, maybe 1:45, I'm not sure. I was 10 centimeters. My mom was there in time. I was 10 centimeters. And they broke my water at 7 centimeters. I know I kind of just went like backwards, but 7 centimeters, they broke my water. And I didn't want an epidural because I wanted to do it natural. But after they broke my water, I had 2 contractions that were like, okay. And then the contractions like intensified, which they told me like, oh yeah, after we break your water, the contractions aren't going to get worse. After those 2, I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad. But then out of nowhere, I was in tears. Like, I've never felt that kind of, like, it wasn't even the pain. It was the fact that it was nonstop. So it was like contraction, no break, contraction, no break. And I was crying, and I told my husband, I'm like, please go get the epidural, like right now, like right now. And I was scared to get the needle in my back, because when you think of getting a needle in your back, you're not exactly excited. So I got my epidural. It kicked in immediately, and at 2:44 a.m., I think it only took me 15 minutes to get her out, maybe 10, but Little Madison here was born. Yeah, you were born into the world. Give mommy a high five for that. Yay! And I will be posting the video on the next vlog, which I'm about to edit right now. I will be putting that up. And oh baby, and I hope that you guys enjoy my labor story. Yes. So the vlog will be up. This vlog will be up probably in like 5 minutes, and then you will see my labor and delivery footage. I hope you all enjoyed this vlog, and if you have any questions or anything like that, leave it in the comments below. Subscribe and tell everyone else to subscribe, and I'll see you on our next vlog. Say bye bye.